Hello, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to Don't You Forget About Me. Now, I'm pretty sure we've only recorded one other episode this season, so things have happened. We are now just about to close in on the Champions League semi-finals, so that sort of tells you whereabouts things have happened. And what? Yes. So, I'll run you through a few fun things that are going on through the football world, and then we'll do a couple of games. So, Swindon currently sit atop the Premier League, and we're recording much earlier than I thought we would have to, because if we win our next game, which is against Man United, we win the league. We actually nearly won it in the last game, but Man United beat their opponent. If they hadn't won it, we would have won the league, and I was kind of sweating on that and hoping that they didn't. I only realised that after we'd started the game, so I was like, shit, I don't want to win the Premier League whilst not actually sort of recording it for you guys to see. But yeah, I was going to say, yeah, so and that's that. So you can see that we've already qualified for the Champions League. We've already got 5 more points than Man United did last year when they won it. And we've already equalled our previous points total, so we're likely to exceed that. We've scored 90 goals because we are on fire. And yeah, it's generally been a good season. Not in the cups. We've seemingly got rid of our cup reputation in favour of a league reputation, which I suppose is good. As you can see there, Europa League for next season, Forest Green. That's because they won. That's because they won the League Cup in the final of finals. Let's just look here. Their first ever League Cup competition wins. Somehow it ranks below the Hellenic Premier Division. A win from 1982. But yeah, they won this year 1-0 against Ipswich from the Championship as well. Not a bad result. We were knocked out in the quarters? No, even before that. 4th round by... Where was it? Oh man, even before that. Was it the 3rd round? Oh yeah, we were knocked out well early by Liverpool. There you go. So there was that. That was a disappointing result. We also are knocked out of the FA Cup. The FA Cup's likely to have an entertaining set of finalists as well this year. Let's see if we can find, just by quickly going through like this. The final is West Ham versus Western-super-Mare, so the battle of the W's. The first time a non-big team, if you exclude Swindon, the first time a non-big team has won it since West Ham themselves in 2042. Yeah, so there you go. That's that. We were knocked out earlier. No, we were knocked out by we were knocked out by someone not very good anyway. It doesn't really matter. I'll show you the fixtures. Why not we just show the fixtures, Ben? Why not we just show the fixtures? So you'll remember we lost our first game of the season 1-0. And I'm not sure we actually played a game after that, because I said we'd have something if we had an interesting group in the Champions League, but it turned out to be a bit of a walkover. We started off the Premier League season on a bit of a roll, but there was the League Cup loss, being knocked out by Liverpool like 2 days after having beaten them 3-1 in the Premier League. What I'll do is I'll just skip through each result like that, and then you can, if you're interested, you can look at who scored and whatever. Yeah, we beat West Ham 5-0, goals from everybody in the team there. We drew with Hull 2-2, at which point I was worried that the season was going to do what we usually do, but we turned things around. We got goals against Forest Green. We beat Schalke 2-0 in the Champions League. We beat Liverpool 3-1. We lost 2-0. But then we beat Leeds for 6, with Royano getting a hat-trick. We beat Rangers 2-0 in the Champions League, which was fun. We beat Manchester City 5-1, which at the time they were looking like one of the top challengers. I think they were top of the league at that point. And then we followed that with a 3-0 win over Chelsea, 2 goals from Topic. We then lost 1-0 away at Paris, and I was worried that at that point it might become more interesting, before we followed it up with a couple of other fairly routine league wins. But then we smashed them 5-1 on the return game. So there was that. We've had a few of those kind of Champions League moments this season. I'll show you. Newcastle we beat 3-0. We lost 3-1 to Arsenal, which seems to happen quite a lot when we play at the Omri Stadium. We beat Huddersfield, beat Schalke, 3-2 win over Western, a 2-2 win, a draw with Bradford, and then a 7-0 win over Rangers, which was an entertaining game. We then lost 3-0 at Man United, and at that point I think we were behind them, but we were both sort of at the top of the league. I think actually we were still ahead of them, but they may have had a couple of games in hand. but we followed it up with a 1-0 win over Spurs, and then we went on a fairly sensational run. Okay, we drew 1-1 with Burnley, but we went Cardiff, West Brom, we beat Staines in the FA Cup, who from the Blue Square Premier, bless them. And we beat West Ham 6-1. Hull and Forest Green as well beaten. Then we drew with Huddersfield, beat Leeds, Liverpool and Huddersfield again in the fourth round replay, and then immediately 3 days later lost 1-0 away at West Ham in the FA Cup. So we lost to the finalists. We then found out that we drew Kuban Krasnodar in the Champions League, probably the easiest of the two ties we could have got, of the plenty of ties we could have got. But we laboured. We beat them 2-1 away in Russia. We then continued our good form all the way through the month of March, and beat Newcastle before drawing 1-1 at home with Kuban, which put us through. We then played Arsenal, Man City, 2 important wins there, although Arsenal and Man City for a long time have been out of the running. In fact, Man City sacked their manager. I was worried about them at the beginning of the season. They'd hired this very good manager, but they sacked him around that kind of time. We then drew 0-0 with Huddersfield and lost 0-1 to Lyon in France, and I was again pissed off because I thought we're going to lose in the quarter-final again for the third season that would be in a row, I think. We also suffered some pretty bad injury problems around this time. I think both of our right wingers, two of our right backs, and I think at least one of our strikers were injured for all these games. So it was a little bit annoying. We then somehow managed to beat Bradford 5-3, considering all that problems. But Millie and Riano had a quality game. And then we came to the Lyon game. I need to show you one of the goals from this game. Martin Macisek's goal was absolutely outstanding. Can we just click on that and it'll show us? No, can I click on that? No. Can I show view highlights goals? So Lauritsen scored early on, and again I was pissed off. I thought, well, we're out. Because we were also playing a properly shonky team. We had Suki playing at right back, for example. Anyway, so these are the goals. Somehow that's a Lauritsen own goal. I'm not really sure. Stelmark clearly scored, but whatever. We then went on and quite quickly turned things around. I think pretty much immediately afterwards, that little line there is a absolutely stunning attempt at a goal, but we didn't quite get there. But anyway, Farkash gives it the ball into Patrick. Patrick scores. Nice. We're 1-1, but we're still 2-1 down on aggregate, and they have an away goal. But it's okay. There's a chance now. Farkash now gives it to Patrick, and Patrick every so often pulls out something like this. Bang. Scores, and we are now 2-1 up, although still going out on away goals. So what do? We win a free kick, and Maciasek does that. Oh, yes, please. Absolutely stunning. So, we smashed Lyon. And we went through and drew Inter Milan in the semi-finals of the Champions League. It's not a bad draw. I mean, I think they're probably top of Serie A. They're not. They're even only fourth in Serie A. So there's a decent chance that we could get to the Champions League final. What on earth have I done here? What am I doing? Right, yeah. And then in our most recent game, we beat Western-super-Mare 5-0 thanks to 2 goals from Maciasek and some goals from elsewhere. So there's only a few games left of the season. We're going to see if we can win the Champions League. And we're going to try and win the Premier League today when we play Man United. So let's do it. It's at home. We have a decent record at home this season. I'm not sure we've lost at home this season, although as soon as you start saying those kind of things, that's immediately when we start to do that. We've been playing. So you can see this is still the hangover from our bad injuries. Farchas has been playing on the right, but I'm going to bring Rosenzweig on. We're going to leave and then also so Ivan Kappa was injured, so Szabo has been playing in the middle there. He's been doing pretty well, to be fair, but we need to beat Man United, so we're going to bring him on. Our first choice right back, Lucas Yarolim, is still injured, so we're playing Denis Matovic. We will put Andre Leveau on the bench, although everyone's very unhappy that I don't play him. Which I think is weird because he's statistically the worst of our players, our centre backs. What? Can we go in? If you want to meet with them, maybe Saturday. What now? Are you free? No? Saturday? Nastia who? Yeah. So that's that. Now, I know Patrick scored 2 against Wasits. Lyon, but I'm going to start Millie here because he is quality. And he's also in the running for... I don't think he's in the running for World Player of the Year, but he's in the running for something ridiculous like that. Well, for maybe the Player of the Season, the Player's Player. I can't remember. He was in the... They're still playing this weird formation. And Lever is finally starting to slow down. He's only got 17 this season. Their goalkeeper's still very good. They were shouting and screaming about the fact that they had a young centre-back, this guy Yao Martin. I think we've mentioned him a few times when we've played Man United in recent seasons because he seems to pop up a lot. I think it's number 5. Is he number 5? No, him. But I checked him, and he's not that great. Like statistically, he's not. Ooh, nearly deflected and went in. Sorry, I am technically still at work, although I'm not. That wasn't me working, that was me texting a friend about food. But yes, anyway, Rosenzweig gets the ball, tries to cross it, but doesn't. Anyway, they were talking about this Martin guy being their sort of like best player, and if he is their best player, then they've gone backwards a lot in the last couple of years because they were previously a lot stronger, and he looks a little bit more like the kind of sucky player, like not so great, but not. Manchester, he's really got the bit between his teeth in recent times. I'm hoping, wouldn't it be great? I'm pretty sure we're going to win the Premier League. Like, if we don't win it here against Man United, I think if we draw, we would win because they can't make up the points if that happens. So the chances are, the odds are in our favour that we would win the league in this game. But what was I going to say? Even if we did lose here, for example, we're so far ahead. There's only 3 games left in it. They would be exactly 9 points. Oh no, they would be slightly. Maybe they could still win it outright. But anyway, the point is, we'll probably win this, and I'm really hoping that if we play against Inter, I'll also... Matovic gives away a penalty. Anyway, I'm hoping that if we win against Inter as well... Oh, Lauritsen saves. Doesn't happen often, but our goalkeeper has saved a penalty. Very, very nice. What was I going to say? Yeah, so we'll also record the first leg of the Champions League, and then I'll probably come back and record the second leg as well, because I'd like to try and get through to the Champions League, maybe win it. And I think if we win it, then I might have to consider changing the job. That said, okay, Rihanna gives away a foul. Okay, I thought that was going to be a tapped goal or maybe a penalty for ourselves, but no. AFC Wimbledon are on the verge... Nice. Sounds like I was on the verge. Are on the verge of promotion to the Premier League, and I think Plymouth Argyle are also in the playoff spots or something ridiculous like that, and maybe also Dagenham and Redbridge. It's pretty crazy. Some of the weird, traditionally smaller clubs who are vying for promotion into the Premier League. So that might convince me to stay if there were some fun teams in the Premier League next year, but. I haven't decided yet, really, honestly. I'm enjoying it still. Martins crosses, Krauj saves, clears rather. Matovic gives it out to Martins. Martins, what's he going to do? Gives it to Rosenzweig, smashes it over. Is anyone else playing today? No, just us. 38 minutes gone, 41 minutes gone. Martins to Warne, to Kappa. Oh, dear. Loses the ball in the middle. Hassani, Lever. Gone out for a corner. We didn't sign anybody in January. We don't have any money left for transfers for this summer. For this season. We'll get more obviously at the end of the year, depending on. Well, we'll just get more anyway. But how much more we get? Oh, Millie. Depends on how we do, and I guess if we win the league, then we'll probably get something close to 40 million, like we did last time. Two sides go in level after a well-matched first half. Assertive. Far from pleased? Yeah. You weren't that bad. Come on, put them to the sword, lads. Both of the fellas up front are being absolutely schooled. They should be able to pretty much... I don't buy that they... How can 3 defenders keep these guys so quiet? Riano to Rosenzweig wins the corner. Where are we playing bad? So we're playing... Manchester's not playing well. Everyone's playing badly. Weird. I'm going to bring on Cosmin Farkas again. Farkash again. On his unfancied right side. Because he did pretty well there. In the last couple of games. Matovic has won us a throw-in. And he's going to slowly take it. And that's really slowly. Okay, here comes Farchas. Machasek crosses. Millie's in there, heads over the bar. What was his name? Rajano has scored a couple of goals where like the ball sort of just goes into a mix of players and he heads it into the back post. It's been quite tasty. I do like goals like that because it's kind of, they're realistic goals. That happens in real life, but doesn't happen very much. In Football Manager, Kappa hits it wide. Rihanna's not playing great. Let's bring on Patrick. Maybe that'll help. And maybe let's bring on Shabo, because Kappa's not playing great. That was an interesting mix of portmanteau of Kappa and Shabo. Shabo. Shabo's his actual name, you idiot. Anyway, 75 minutes gone. We'll take a 0-0. Christ, of course we will. McBride, come on, boy. Shabo to Mark. He was one of the new signings. He's a backup. He's our backup right back. He's been, especially in the last couple of weeks, playing quite a lot because the main one is injured. He gets into shooting positions like weirdly regularly. It's very, very strange. You wouldn't think that a right back would often be found on the left side of the box, so maybe his positioning is all out of whack. But he does seem to get a lot of chances where he just blazes the ball over the bar. Maybe one day in his... Oh, there we go. So we're drawn. Does that mean we win the Premier League? I think it does. Calm. Unlucky. I mean, we were better than them. We didn't have very many shots on target, but we were better. Wow, West Ham won in 17 and they've got to the FA Cup final. Fair enough. And yes, we've won the Premier League. Look at that. 24 goals from media-friendly Millie. Wheatland is one of the top English managers. Let's look at that. There I am. There's two other ones of me. Which one's that one? Oh, he's Schlonsken Hertha. Okay. And then there's me there, slightly below Herbert Chaplin. Coming for Brian Clough, of course. Interesting. Oh, because he won the European Cup twice. Yes, that makes sense. I was going to say, why have we got less points than him? Anyway, yeah, happy. Swindon happy. Cox happy. Everyone's happy. Interesting that I didn't realise it really happened, but new legends can start to discuss things. So, like, for example, Lloyd Wilmot occasionally chips in from his, like, compound in Qatar saying about various Swansea strikers who he thinks we should worry about. Yeah. Why not? We're going to be up there next season, I think, for sure. So now, after our inspiring 0-0 draw with Man United, we have to... Do we have the first leg away? I hope we do. We seem to do really badly away and do really well at home in our Champions League games, except for the Kuban game, where we were dog shit at home and fairly average away. But let's see, because this could be Swindon's year. Imagine if Swindon won the Champions League. Swindon in the Champions League final even would be the best. Now that we're perennial Premier League winners, we don't really care about that anymore. We just, it's all about the Champions League for us, mate. Doesn't really matter. This guy's going to be the best in Europe, Ignacio Luge, who I keep trying to sign. Also, speaking of players I keep trying to sign, Andrade has been running his contract down because he doesn't want the risible pay rise that Sao Paulo are offering him. And I keep saying in the media, I'd really like to sign him. We're looking into it. And he keeps saying, I wish that Ben Wheatley would shut up. And I find it very offensive because I'm like, what? One of the best managers in the world at one of the best clubs in the world, at least, recently. And you're just being like, nope, get the fuck out. But he's still running it down his contract. For some reason, I can't actually offer him a new contract until his contract expires. It's weird. Like maybe it's because we're foreign or something like that. But I can't. Unlike a European player who, in January the 1st, you can offer a contract to. I can't offer Andrade a contract yet. See, because his contract expires in. Oh, it's because it expires in December. Oh, that's why. So there's a couple of months left, and then I'll be able to offer him a contract. Although, as he keeps saying in the media, he doesn't want to sign for me. But he's going to, god damn it. Chris Macari, trying to get away from Liverpool. Now then, the big game of the season, the biggest game we've got from now on is Inter Milan. Swindon Town versus Inter Milan. It was an interesting one that it mentioned that when I was reading the news report for the draw, it said it's well worth noting that Swindon have never lost to Inter Milan in their last two meetings, and I couldn't remember playing them at all. But then it turns out that Oh, okay, wow, that's really changed. At last, it happened about 2 weeks ago, and they were all like 87% said yes, and then he got himself sent off, and now they don't like him anymore. Toon Bolt. Yay. Also interesting, sorry, quick, I'll finish that thought in a moment, but Justice and Bailey is still manager. Oh, they're doing better now, okay, because they were like down in 6th before. What was it? What was my thoughts? What was the thought that I said I was going to finish? Oh, that was so arrogantly confident that I would finish it. Oh, what was I talking about? Was it about Andrade? I don't remember. Oh no, it was about Inter, yeah, and how we actually beat them on our way to, I think, the year that we won the Europa League. We beat them 2-1 at home and drew 1-1 in the San Siro, and therefore progressed. And I don't really remember it, but you know, it would be an interesting. Now we're in the Champions League semi-final instead of the Europa League round of 16 or whatever it was. There's probably a video about it. There's probably a video. One of the. I'm going to check. There's probably a video. YouTube. Comrade Popotov Gaming. Click on that guy. He's a cool dude. We've got 8 subscribers. Look, that's cool. Creative playlists. Swin, don't you forget about. Don't start playing it. I don't want to hear it. Now then. There was Queen's Park Rugby's Europa League final. Oh, I'm not going to be able to tell because I named these things so stupidly. Dundee Revisited. Roman Revenge. No. Unexpected something. Can You Dig It? Couple of games. Okay, so I either didn't record it or I named it so weirdly that I can't find the name of it because I can't. Oh, he likes me. That's nice of him. Right, I'm confident. Attack. Millie is the answer. Yes. Yes. Will you be looking for more experience? Absolutely. No, I always expect. Advantage. Yep. Because he's a mug. He's really fallen out with me. My colleague has just come online to give me a reprieve and let me finish my work, but that means I have to text him and say hello, etc., etc., etc. So we could be playing Porto in the final. Our reserves have just drawn 0-0 with Western-super-Mare's reserves. What a season it's been for Swindon Town. Another Premier League victory. That's 2. Not many. Like even Brian Clough didn't win the first division with the same team twice. So we're better than Brian Clough, especially if we win the Champions League with Swindon Town. They're an even more provincial club than Nottingham Forest. He says, sniffing confidently. It's weird that as soon as I start doing this, I start sniffing. I don't do it otherwise. I don't normally sniff. Right, so let's look at how things. Oh, for God's sake, the right back situation. Okay, so Yaralim is. Oh, look at this. Laveau's out because he's not registered, so it's going to have to be Saki. We're going to bring Yaralim in, but he's injured still technically. Otherwise, I want Sime Topic on the bench. Who do I take out? Serapio or Charmy? Another sniff, maybe? Let's do this. Okay. Let's do that. All the team is on yellows. So if they can all get booked in this one, if we can win something like 7-0 today, away, everyone that's got on like a yellow card, one yellow card away from a suspension could get booked, and then we can just comfortably sort of see out the second leg. Right. Although, as that's unlikely to happen, maybe we can all just not get booked. Yeah, who got booked there? Who's already been booked? Fucking Martin Matthews, absolute idiot. Although I don't think he was one of the players who was on a suspension. Kappa scored straight away, 4 minutes in. Come on, Swindon Town. He's had a great season, has Kappa. There was it might have even been Inter or maybe Juventus who were in for him for about £30 million in January, but I obviously declined that. Great composure from the lad. Not really known for that. He went through a little run of scoring quite a lot. So yeah, sorry, I'm still tippity tapping away with my colleague. Sanchez heads over. But nothing comes of it. Machasek gives it to Warren, but no, they've won it away. And oh my goodness me, they're breaking. Oh my goodness me. Casado, what's he going to do? He's going to give it back to Shields. Very English sounding name. Media friendly Millie gets the ball. Kappa, great ball out to Rayano. Rayano is going down the wing. Can he? Okay, he wins himself a corner. That's fine. We'll take it. Now they are clearing the lines again, but Paez does well to he puts in a disruptor. Espinola, Machasek, Martins. We got the away goal, which we don't often get in Europe recently, or in the Champions League anyway. Flavoni, what's he going to do? Gives it to Espinola. They've won a corner. The lesser spotted corner. Oh, another header, but Rosenzweig manages to clear. Yahya. Anyway, we've conceded another corner. Peter McBride at the back there, who stepped in after we sustained another. There was some injury crisis we had at the back, and he stepped in to cover because Saki played like 2 or 3 really bad games. So I brought in McBride, and he's just been a rock since we brought him in. So fine. Casado, no! Great save from Lauritsen. Swindon Town 1-0 up against Inter, and still 1-0 up against Inter. Yahya. Sanchez. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. How did they not score there? Good clearance from Rosenzweig, but they've still got the ball out here. Espinola. For God's sake. We're really we're on the ropes here. They are dominating us. We've had one chance, one shot. 1 goal. Yahya. Great tackle from Machasek. Millie springs the counter. Can we get the ball across? Doesn't need him. Goes his own self. Troiano manages to make the save though. Riska gives it to Machasek. It's a bit of a Riska from his. Great ball in, but straight to Dominguez. None of our players actually attacked it, which is a strange tactic. Oh, Millie. Oh, great turn through his man, but unfortunately hits the ball over. Some players there having a chat. Machasek, back post, McBride. If there's one thing that Saki's better at, it's finishing, because McBride doesn't. He scored a header not long ago, and it's a rarity when he scores, even from a corner where you'd think that finishing doesn't really matter. Their heading is the bigger thing. Saki's actually playing. Oh, of course he's playing on right back. Yeah, you picked him. McBride over to Lauritsen. Saki, there you go. Saki, he's not doing it quite so much in this game, but against Lyon, he was weirdly rampaging for audacious effort. Yeah, he was weirdly rampaging. He was getting up and down. He was cutting inside. He had a couple of chances from the edge of the box. I don't know what this formation does to players who play in the right back position, but they go a bit weird. Please, how things are going, keep it up. There's a lot more to come. Had a big sniff there, and I was not convinced that you wanted to hear it, so I muted it. Nava, Casado, out to Espinola. I always feel like I sound like I've got a blocked nose, but I don't. Literally until I started speaking on the camera, I'm not speaking on the camera, of course, speaking on the microphone. But it's just weird. Good Lord, they are. Okay, Espinola pulls us back. I like how it's got little assistant referees next to the goal for these games. As if we need that level of... No! We're leading a charmed life, really. Millie now, do we have the opportunity to hit them on the counter? This is really what we need to do. Because, Sanchez has taken down Millie. Martins comes across to take his patented... Yep. But then because it's not Saki there, Saki's standing around on the back. Casado, Paez, great tackle. Great, straight to Riano. We've won the ball up high, and now we've got to really try and make something of this. Nope. Yahia. I don't like that name. Yahia. You have to get yourself a more easily pronounceable name. It's not even that hard to pronounce. It's just a weird word. The letters are wrong. Lauritsen now. Saki. Go on, son. Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig to Kappa. Kappa, loses out. Flavoni. Nava. Yahia. No! Flavoni scored. Was that an error from Lauritsen, really? McBride is complaining, he's saying it's offside. Rosenzweig isn't playing well. Maybe Sime Topic can come on and make a difference. The problem is obviously Saki playing at right back is not helping us. And I don't really think that I want to bring on my better Yaralim, the better right back, because if we bring him on when he's this level of fitness, he'll probably get injured again. Casado's in trouble, gets a yellow card. Good. 66 minutes, 67, 80, 70, 80. What are you talking about? Williams, strange name as well. 71 minutes. Machisek's tired, so we'll bring him off. Riano's absolutely fucking knackered. What happened to him? Did he get hit? I must have missed it if he did. Martins isn't playing well. He's only playing a 6.1. Anyway, maybe this will maybe Patrick, the master of the county ground game against Lyon, will do us a favour here. Oh, come on, Kappa not playing well at all. Flavoni's now through. He's going to have a shot, but great working back there from McBride. Paez tackles, and now Farchas has a good opportunity to smash the ball at Casado, win us a throw-in. A 1-1 draw is not a bad result. Yahia, stupid name Yahia. Oh, Millie fouls but doesn't get himself booked, which is good because I think that would give him a suspension. Millie now, he's on the move. Paez to Millie, still there on the move. Warren to Farkash. Farkash, can he cross? Can we get the ball in? We can. Oh, Patrick, but it was... Topic. Warren, good noises. Farkash to Paez. Warren to Farkash. Farkash hits it wide. Oh, we really had a couple of chances there. Patrick's shot, was that blocked by our man? It looked like it might have come off Topic. Yahia. Nava Espinola. No. Yahia. Williams. Tackling. Hits the bar. And Will-Ians fouls. Will-Ians. 88 minutes. Can we hold out with a 1-1 draw? Patrick. Can we get a 2? Farkash crosses. Oh, it's a corner. Got another chance just at the end here. Martins. McBride is always beaten in the air somehow. How's he a good centre back? So we drew 1-1. Not bad. That's 2 draws. Good result from the lads. 2 draws in one video. That doesn't happen very often. We were dominated by Inter for the most part. Flavoni scored, extending his lead above our strikers. But that leaves us in a very strong position for the next round. So I'm going to record that video as well. Angie Makachkala has been taken over. Machisak will be out for the next leg, which is annoying. They wanted a penalty apparently. Let's do this and then we'll see. So we relied a bit on luck, but it puts us in an excellent position. He has a stupid name. And but not actually because he's got a stupid name. So that'll be that then. Spurs and Inter, I guess, are the 2 games that we will play next. So I'll see you there. Bye.